Want to know a good shortcut? Sydney shortcuts. This is Quay Street in Sydney CBD, just down from Central Station, straight to Darling Harbour pretty much. Past, kind of like cuts through Chinatown and goes straight to Darling Harbour. So look at these nice little places. Chambers Fine Coffee. Seagulls are playing by the clock tower. I've never used this street before, not in this way anyway. And it's straight from the Central Station behind me, straight down to Darling Harbour. Usually I'm not going so directly to Darling Harbour, but today that's my my task. So, convertible here, even though it's not the nicest car, it's a nice thing to have. I think my dad had that car actually. But yeah, nice little shortcut, a nice little tip for you in Sydney. And I'll try and hang on here for the lights to change. In fact, I'm very tempted to go, but it's so busy here, so I've got to wait. Yeah, jaywalking is a thing in Australia. Here she goes. I would have done that personally, but there's so many people. It takes so long. Up there, you head towards, like, there's a really nice shopping centre. It's got everything you need: JB Hi-Fi, Aldi, all the shops you kind of want to go to. Kmart. You know, when you're a traveller, these are all your bread and butter shops. So yeah, head up that street and head that way. If you're heading for those. It's not too far actually, probably a 15-minute walk, and that's it. So this Darling Harbour is about a 5-minute walk from here, I'll say that. And probably like another 5 minutes back to the station. So station to Darling Harbour 10 minutes, and Surrey Hills to Darling Harbour about half an hour if you come straight down here, which I've never done before. But it would be Surrey Hills to Central Station, 15 minutes brisk. So, and I suppose Surrey Hills actually kind of starts the other side of the station. So really, as soon as you cut out the station, you're technically in Surrey Hills. But the next stop up is Surrey Hills. So I'm kind of talking about up the hill a bit. Nice buildings, nice place to be. Little shortcut in Sydney CBD. And I will continue to show you Darling Harbour and what it has to offer. So what we got here, Nightingale Children Admission Agent, this old signage that they've reignited on these stone bricks. I feel completely safe with the camera here, because you might not, you might want to hide it away a bit or not have it out the whole time. You know, there's pickpockets. In London you'd be a bit careful of pickpockets, but I don't feel that way in Sydney. I would say Sydney's far safer than most European capitals, and certainly than London. I know there's a bit of a what they call it, a bit of hysteria around London and how safe it is. So that's back up to Haymarket. Usually I go through Haymarket and Chinatown, which is more up there. And there's a banks and stuff up there, so I'm usually in that area of town. But this area is very beautiful too. Machi, whatever. There it is. It's a nice place. So yeah, there's a bit of hysteria about London and Europe and the crime rates. It's certainly going up, and I think, you know, bad immigration does affect that. But really, if the societies were thriving enough, law and order could be maintained through investment, or, you know, policing basically, and security measures. But I'm all about freedom, really. So I'm, you know, it's a fine line you tread, isn't it? Look at this nice area. I do like the West a lot. And I would call, like, Australia gets the best of both worlds. It's kind of like East and West combined. So that's why I totally love Australia. But I do love the West, and I think I shouldn't shy away from saying that and talking about it. It's something I'm a massive, you know, fan of, the West. And sometimes I do slag it off, because I'll be very honest, I'm like Connor Light on these vlogs. If in real life I have you know, stronger viewpoints, and I would say unpopular viewpoints at times. I'm not scared to be unpopular or say things that other people won't say. On these vlogs, I kind of shy away from it. And I'm thinking one of my channels I want to keep just for positivity, purely for positivity. Now that doesn't mean I can't mention, you know, things that aren't good, but because we have to be realists, don't we, and live in the reality. But at the same time, I don't want to be talking about too much. So I'll keep one channel kind of like positive, and then I think I'll have another channel kind of like X-rated, shall we say. Starbucks. And back that way. Lovely little view. Let me put it back on me for a minute, if you can stand it. Starbucks, they're very busy. I thought this little corner was nice, so that's why I came to this little corner here. I thought I'll come show you this little corner. There's not that much going on. There's a Novotel here, a small one. The larger hotels are around the harbour where we're going, and also CBD, of course. Here's the pump house, for those that like pumping. There's our history. Thunderbolt Ale was born right here. Murky spiced and as bold as it is bushranger inspiration. Well, I don't know what bushranger is. Probably I should. I suppose Aussies will. This little guy. Or girl. Girl, I'd say. Very nice. The way I see it with filming, I don't really like filming people, like overtly. If they're part of the shot, I'm just filming in public. And unfortunately, we don't have a right to privacy in public. Although I do like to, to you know, be courteous of people's privacy and respect that. But dogs are different. Dogs have no right to courtesy in public. Courtesy of Conateza. That's an extreme viewpoint, more of which you're going to see in these videos. So we've got kind of like a oceanic or ocean view in Oceania. Nice. I mean, used to fly over. It's, you know, I ain't gonna win any awards, but at least they've done something with it. Les Miserables in the Sydney Theatre, ICG Theatre, not the Sydney Opera House. And a nice skyline behind you. The moon's there again. I've heard a lot of people commenting that the moon's nearly always out in the evenings these days. Can't comment myself, but I have noticed it recently when I've been vlogging. So one nice thing about vlogging, isn't it, that you actually do open your eyes and see things. I am looking through the camera now, and that does take away from your experience, but you are open, your eyes are open, you're walking around, breathing air, talking shite. Here we go, the Chinese gardens. So there are pros and cons to vlogging. I like it. I'm building my personal brand. I'm getting a bit of traction online, sharing my views, and potentially can help people through my business escapades and things like that. If you're interested in developing your own business or your own personal brand, reach out to me and I'll share any help that I can for free. And I also do offer coaching and mentorship for those who need it or would like it. In fact, if you message me and, you know, kind of like, all right, and use the code 2025, I will give you the best possible rate I can, and I mean that. I will give you better than half price off, because I'm feeling very generous today. And also I think about 10 people will watch this video. So if you're still here, you can get it. You can have mentorship at a very, very reduced rate. We also do careers, not really careers advice. We teach, oh look at that, it's so cool. That is epic. Is he waiting to go fishing? I didn't even know they went fishing. Look at these fish here. Can you see them? See that fish bobbing? There he is. Carp, Chinese carp and carp and goldfish. Some of my friends that go fishing would know a lot better than me, and that is so cool. So a lovely garden. It does cost to go in. It's probably worth it if you're into these things, especially if you're not going to go to Asia. I think it would be a good time to, sorry, I'm trying to zoom out. If you're not going to Asia, then it would be good investment coming here and checking it out. Lots of fish. So if you're just going to Australia and not got time to really stop in Asia, come check the Chinese gardens out. Personally, I don't like that you have to pay to go there. But, you know, that's the way it is. So it was the Buddhist festival the other day here. And I think we're doing a video on that, so hope to see that. That's the Expo Centre, National Expo Centre, or Sydney Expo Centre anyway, sorry, not National. And this is a good place to showcase things outside. There's another thing I've noticed about Australia. Obviously, they do a lot of, well, whatever he's doing, they do a lot of outdoor escapades, but outdoor events and things. And it's really nice thing to see, and just something to enjoy. So they'll often put like events or festivals or even meetings and seminars, webinars outside. And what a beautiful thing to do, what an advantage of having a good climate. Another little plug then, as the plugs are all coming in thick and fast, let's get one more in. So, well, I don't think I finished the careers advice thing, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I'll do a quick little chat. We also do, if you want to come to Australia or you want to relocate to any part of the world, again, just reach out to me. Happy to help with any questions you have. And we do that for anywhere in the world, really. I've traveled the whole world, literally. Whether it's the Americas, Asias, Australasia, or Europe. So I'd love to give advice and love to talk about those. Topics, and I am an expert on them. So I'd love to share my stories and information. I will try and do it more on the vlogs, to be honest. That's kind of the point of the vlogs. But I don't plan them, you see. I just walk out and let my head go. It's what I like to do. It's a lifestyle I like to live. I'm not really in need of my business being any more successful. It pays the bills. So I will, as I get better, I'll slowly get better at just naturally talking about things. But at the moment, I'm more than happy just doing what I do. Wandering around, talking about what I like to talk about. So here's some nice shops and cafes, and this is a bit of a bakery cafe. And you get them all here. So everywhere you go in Sydney, you're spoilt for choice with cuisine. And V was talking about it on one of her vlogs about the food here. And I was like, yeah, it is really, really good here. I think I have to say it's better than England. I'm surprised. I do like English food. Not everybody does, but I do. And I find that we have good options in the cities. But here, it is cheaper. And that's my bank, by the way, Commonwealth. It is cheaper. And such an array of food. Such a brilliant array of different cuisines from around the world, and so easy to access them. So in the UK, you might have to literally go walking for the one you like. Here, you just turn a corner and there'll be 5 things that you could potentially have, unlike McDonald's. So you can skip that. There's far more McDonald's in British towns, I find, and yeah, luckily you don't see them that much in Australia. That's really, really good. It's no good for the kids, is it? And anybody else, for that matter. In fact, the first overweight people we've seen, not to be rude, but are around the McDonald's. And I've eaten a lot of McDonald's. I used to eat a lot of McDonald's when I was running and things. After races, I used to get McDonald's as a treat. When I was young, you see, like 16. I regret that. Well, it's, you know, I don't regret it, but it's regrettable to do it because you don't need to, do you? So I'm certainly just as culpable as anyone else when it comes to fast food, and I still do have fast food like KFC and Chinese, all these things. So the more we steer clear of it, the better. Can you see the construction site in the background? They're doing up the south side of Darling Harbour, and it will be so beautiful when it's done. So here you are, Darling Harbour, Sailor Boy Thai fish and chips, Gong Cha, and the cinema, the IMAX in Sydney. So lots of nice places there. The flyover, which you wish wasn't there, but it actually does all right. I can hear the cars now, which is a shame, but in general, I'm happy with that. You know, it's such a beautiful view. And when you get past it, then you really get something spectacular. And the sun again is setting. It's a great time to come here around sunset. So we've got about an hour and a half till sunset or something. We're coming into winter, so the sun goes down a lot earlier in the southern hemisphere, as you can imagine. Vogue Cafe, nice, and they do have an upstairs too, which I actually think I will try at some point. And these beautiful buildings, beautiful surround. This is Darling Harbour. Enjoy it, just like this gentleman. Not a care in the world. Little seagull here, might get him on the cam. There he is. Be a bit concerned with me filming him. And there we go. That's Darling Harbour. Very peaceful inlet, safe and secure from Sydney. Commonwealth Bank everywhere. I think it's the biggest bank in Australia. Certainly one of them. There you go, that's the harbour. Construction going on here, really looking forward to that finishing. There's your seagull again. Hello, mate. And there you go. Back again. And then we'll go for a little wander, I think. So, oh yeah, we can go really small. I should have done that earlier. Whoops. You can see more behind me. Here we are. I hope I'm not blocking too many people's views, but brilliant place to be. Hard holding it in that hand. Just hold it in my left hand. Vlogging, the challenges of it. But yeah, can you see how just vlogging your normal life? I'm so lucky right now. I've had many years where I've grafted my socks off, been in places I didn't want to be, knuckled down and spent extra years doing things I didn't want to do for various reasons. I do regret that. And that's one of the only regrets I have, is not leaving a job I didn't like sooner. So a lot of things that we help with our business is, you know, progressing your salary or getting a new job, a new career, maybe. Just in general, career enhancement, whether it's a new job or climbing the ladder, maybe even in your existing job as well. And there you go, there's the, go quickly there, sorry, it might not be the best view, so back around again. So yeah, looking for any of that, let me know. We're experts in networking, we're experts in client acquisition, we're experts in outreach, whether that's email, video, phone, whatever you need to do. There's a formula for doing it. You can work it out yourself for sure, and I definitely advise you to. Being a bit more proactive with your life and your career and things absolutely reaps rewards and pays dividends. So that's what we're talking about here. Something I'm always been very, very into in life. So I used to work in financial advice and finance. So that was always a big part of my life. If you ever need any help with that, I live very comfortably off passive income, whether through dividends or through investment growth. If you want to know more about that, happy to talk about it. It's not advice, it's just chatting about finance. So yeah, but if you do have spare money, invest it well, you can be eating places like this every day. And that's what I do. I eat out every day now. Like, unless I don't want to, because sometimes you don't want to eat out, do you? So every day I want to eat out, I eat out. And when I first got here, I was a bit more reluctant to do that. Now I feel a lot happier doing it because things are going well. And I've just realised it's not as expensive as I thought, because the numbers have doubled, you see. So in the UK, you'll see a 10, a 20. Here you'll see a 20, a 40. And you start thinking, oh, that's a lot of money, isn't it? But then you work it out in your head. There's a sunset coming down. Earlier than I expected. Better check the time soon. I meant to meet Violet at 5. So that's why I'm doing a quick vlog after my haircut. Quick vlog's turning into a long vlog, but I'm happy about that. Hope you are too. So yeah, very happy to be here. But I think that might be your vlog, to be honest. I'll talk a bit about careers advice and stuff, and I'll head back. So anyone who's interested in that, we'll continue that story. And I really like being with you guys. I really like spending time with you guys, showing you my world and the world that we all inhabit. So yeah, I think that's a good place to turn it around. This is Sea Life Centre, and a few little Madame Tussauds and things like that. It was funny, Madame Tussauds, they had a Prince Harry figurine or whatever, statue, waxwork, and they also had, what's her name, Meghan Markle. Somehow Meghan Markle has taken centre stage. Prince Harry has disappeared. I don't know if he's been defaced or what's happened there. And here you go, on a Thursday, $12 pepperoni pizza, which is delicious. There goes James Big, and James, my friend. Look at these boats. Lovely place. But usually more boats here actually, but it's Tuesday, so they probably all left. And this is a Tuesday, guys. Pyrmont Bridge across to Pyrmont. Nice place to go as well, and you can get a view of the city, eating your dinner there. Get $20 steak and a beer over there all day, every day of the week. $20, so £10 for a beer, a little beer, half pint, or something like that, and a steak and chips. I just love this. This is one of my favourite areas in Sydney. So we head on with the bit of an accident. That's families for you. That's when I used to get shouted at as a kid. I can't remember what I was talking about. Let's go back to careers advice. We're heading back from Darling Harbour. Heading from Darling Harbour all the way to Chinatown. So join me on my voyage from Darling Harbour to Chinatown. Here we go. We're off. Yeah, I wanted to talk about careers advice today. So if you guys are interested in furthering your career, climbing the career ladder, let's try and share a few tips and tricks. I'm just chatting, I'm just walking around. I don't have a plan for this video, like a lot of my videos. I just set off and start walking, talking, and try and share some value. So, my top 10 tips. Should we try and do that? Just try and nail 10. First one, networking. It's the most important part of growing your career. It's the most important part of finding new opportunities. Because without networking, you're not going to be able to climb the ladder. It doesn't matter how many skills you have, it doesn't matter what degree you have, what job experience you have. You won't climb the ladder unless you're willing to put yourself out there. And networking can happen online, it can happen face-to-face, events, places like this. We've met some really good career opportunities and business opportunities. There's a drone going overhead. Just from enjoying our time in Sydney and just from going around talking to people. Always talk about what you do, always talk about your business or whatever that might be. Not to show off and to brag, it just gets it out there, and that's who you are at the end of the day. Hopefully you're doing something you're passionate about, so that will shine through. So being enthusiastic and passionate about what you do and sharing it, that's a great thing to do. obviously it might not be the first thing you talk about. Not everybody wants to talk about careers 24/7, but as you get to know someone, you're going to share that information. So networking, the top tip for growing your career, and we'll do a whole video on how to network and how to network successfully, which made me think, is networking the most important? When I said it, because I'm just doing this off the fly, as you can see, but then I was like, well, of course, experience and education are two of the most important things to do. I would say experience is more important than education. In fact, it definitely is, but education is a key that will open some amazing experiences. So you need both, and you need to be able to utilize both. It depends what career you're doing. Obviously, some things just require passes or experience, and some require long degrees and PhDs and things like that. Look at this beautiful scene. So, horses for courses and courses for horses. But yeah, I'd say I find experience is more important than education, so certainly don't feel down about yourself. Or upskilling is a big one, we'll probably do that at the next point. But second point, experience. Make sure you get the relevant experience. Always look for new experience. You can get experience for free, and people don't, that's something that people kind of sleep on. I've never had to do it much, but I have done it at times, whether it's work experience or something else. So, yeah, don't sleep on gaining experience where it's free or paid. Experience crucial in growing. Experience is crucial in going up the career ladder or finding new opportunities. You can leverage experience. You can leverage your experiences, position them in ways that you might not find them that impressive, but you can leverage them and position them in a way that will be very impressive to an employer or potential employer. I think we'll quickly jump onto another point then, point 3. Leverage, for sure. There's millions of ways to leverage your skills, your experience, your education, experiences in life. Traveling is an experience. You can leverage that. You can leverage your nationality. You can leverage where you've been in the world. You can leverage your experience of cultures and countries, because business at the end of the day is about having a competitive advantage. And if you have a competitive edge, a competitive advantage in business or in the career market, that will shine through. And that doesn't have to be a degree, doesn't have to be 10 years experience working in an industry. It can be something as simple as I have a thorough understanding of the AI market. I have a really deep knowledge of Korean culture or something like that. Here's a nice little water feature as we head towards Chinatown, leaving Darling Harbour. I'll keep away from the water because the water probably is messing up the audio, but very nice. And these buildings are really nice. This is the Expo, Sydney Expedition Centre. So lots of events there. We went to an AI event there recently. It was very good, and did some good networking there. So, education, point 4, very important. But I would change education these days. I would change the terminology, and I would lump it in the category of upskilling. So upskilling important, and we talk about CPD, continual professional development. You're going to be required to do that in most careers these days, whether it's finance, fintech, marketing. You're going to constantly need to upskill, or at least present that you have an ongoing knowledge of the changes in the market. And as we know, there's going to be a lot of changes in the next decade. There certainly was in the last decade, probably times that by 2 for the next decade. So that's important. Upskilling, education, I put it together as point 4. Something you need to look out for, but again, not the most important thing, and you can leverage existing education and reposition it in ways that that will tick those boxes. But no, if you can find another advantage, a competitive edge, by doing a certain course, it's on Coursera, Advanced Academy, check them out, let me know if you want to know about them. Things like that, you can get that competitive edge in the market, and you can be a leader in your city and your environment. Les Miserables, my favourite play in the theatre. So, as we head on to Chinatown, let's think of what the next point would be. Do you know what? You need to be bold, you need to be brave, you need confidence. I think we'll do that for point 5. Don't be underconfident. Hello. Always be confident in your ability and who you are as a human. You're a brilliant human. You never stop trying. You've never completely failed. You know, you always learn from your mistakes and move forward. So don't shy away from who you are as an individual. Don't shy away from mistakes or, you know, things that haven't gone right in your life. And don't feel underconfident. Be proud of who you are. You're a great person. And let that shine through you in interviews. Let it shine through you in applications. Don't be scared to show your true personality and who you are. That's great. You know, I've done many interviews, and what we always kind of looked for was someone who fit in with our company culture. You want to find like-minded individuals. So I'll just zoom in a bit on these birds. So, you know, networking, confidence, being proud of who you are as a human, these things are massive in life. Here's the Chinese gardens. There's some carp and a beautiful garden area. Cool, very nice. And back to it. The next point on the agenda, I've lost count. I haven't even thought of the next point yet. So the next point on the agenda, yeah, okay, we'll talk directly about commanding your worth, being aware of your own value, not underestimating it, and optimizing it. So, as a worker in the career market, in the job market, we work for a wage. We usually work for an annual salary, and our time can be undervalued by our employer, and that might be a time to move forward in the career market, look for new opportunities, and achieve what we're truly worth. People will value you differently. I think the question is to ask yourself and ChatGPT what you're worth, because you know that's going to give a fair reflection of you. The experiences you've gone through in life, whether that's, you know, all of the points we talked about earlier, that makes you the value that you are. And of course it has an external value. It's not just what we think it is. I think I'm worth $1 million, so I'm worth $1 million. No, we have to put that into reality. But again, you'll find if you leverage yourself and present yourself properly, you're going to achieve the worth that you're truly worth. But again, if you're being undervalued by your employer, then it's time to make that be known. Not straight away, of course. Have a little look around in the job market, see what jobs you could potentially get. Start reaching out, see what response rate you get, which will be low because it's very competitive now. However, you will eventually find the right role for you and things like that, and that's what you're worth. You can jump huge percentages in salary. You'll probably only get a 5% pay rise annually if you're lucky in your current career, in your current job, sorry. And I'm not trying to be harsh, but that's probably his reality. If you find a new role, jump up the career ladder, you will instantly boost your current earnings. I would say that. And of course, I've helped clients in the past. You can go back to your current role with that information. You can say, now I am earning, you know, I've been offered this. Just say, look, I've been headhunted on LinkedIn. They've offered me this money. You obviously do it more professionally than this, but I'm roughly telling you what to say. And when you do that, they have to respond to that information. Even if they say right now we can't afford it, it's still in their minds. And you say, look, I turned it down, and I'm always going to, because I'm committed to this, to you guys. Because you don't have to tell the 100% truth. White lies are okay in life, especially in the career world, because they will do the same to you. There you go. That's a good way of boosting your salary. But again, a lot of people work hourly. Some people work hourly. Some people work annually. And either way you work it out, it's not the best wage, really. So other people work. I'll just show you this quickly. Other people value their time differently. They say kind of, workers get paid on the back end. I think it's professionals or businessmen or something get paid. Sorry, other way around. Workers get paid on the front end, and professionals get paid on the back end. So you charge an overall price for what you do. So marketing products are very, very valuable to businesses. Or sales products, sales information, or just being a good salesman or saleswoman is very, very valuable to a big company. So you can charge on the back end. I'm getting confused with back and front end, sorry. But you can basically charge for your whole work in one go. And it's worth $10,000 to them, it's worth $20,000 to them. Don't be scared to charge your worth, and that might only take you a week's work or less sometimes. So that's a good way of achieving a higher net worth, and your true net worth, really, because if you're providing a big value to a company, you deserve a share of that value. Obviously the company's got to be profitable, and the company's not stupid. They're going to find the most profitable way of doing it. But if you're that one, you're worth that money. Nice view. So, don't be scared to charge your worth. Work it out appropriately, and go from there. You'll reap the rewards of your hard labor. Green light. Thanks, Jesus. Tram going by. We are in Chinatown. We're nearly in the center of Chinatown. And I think a good time to bring up our next point. So once you know your true value, once you know you've upskilled, your experience is decent, but even if it's not, you can find ways to leverage yourself. Once you have all of this, outreach is crucial. We talked about networking. That's a really important part of outreach, and one of the best ways, actually. Really nice sushi restaurant there, not by the bins, but on the main road. Outreach, the most crucial part of achieving your next career goal, or even in business, really. Businesses thrive with good outreach systems. We're client acquisition specialists in our business, Advanced Acquisition, but we also have the Careers Business Advanced Academy, where we specialize in helping people grow their careers. If you're interested, reach out to us. We offer free advice, and we offer paid advice for those who need a more direct approach to achieve the best result as soon as possible. So, outreach, what's the trick? What's the formula? Well, a lot of it's hard work, but if you're using the correct systems, you can make a heavy load lighter. So we teach all of these methods, kind of our secret formulas, but also common, well-known things such as using recruiters, headhunters, outreaching to specific roles that are perfect for you as a candidate or a business. And that's it. A lot of it's the target. It's a targeted approach. It's a bit like marketing. Targeted marketing is so much better than just, scattergun approach, just firing your CV out online. You ain't gonna get the right results doing that. You need to target the right, appropriate, specific targets, and from there you will achieve amazing results. So a lot of it is a targeted approach. Make sure you're reaching out to the right person, and then you need the right message. No point firing wishy-washy CV with, you know, cover letter that's taken ChatGPT 4 seconds to create. You know, you need something a bit better than that. And that takes time, that takes dedication and effort, but it's truly worth it. You don't necessarily need to change it for every role, maybe just for every industry. So maybe only have 10 cover letters, 10 CVs or something. But again, if you're doing the right targeting, often our first CV will get the job done. Oh, there's our man. World's biggest battle of minds. The floor. I'll have to check that out. He's the Traitor host, and we like the Traitors. Traitors Australia, go check it out. I think it's on iPlayer, BBC iPlayer. If not, you can find it on look2movies.to. I didn't just plug that. You have to go check it out for yourself. Don't get viruses and malware. But a good place to find it. Daily Motion and things, you can find it sometimes. Wow, it's Tram Central. HubSpot. Interesting little chat about HubSpot. We use a CRM that we're very happy with these days. Client management system. But HubSpot's a CRM. And I was talking with one of the sales execs there, and he did not do a very good job of selling it. So a bit of a funny. I'll share that in another story. Bing Lee, my favourite Chinese superstore in in Australia. So that's Bing Lee. And my bank, Commonwealth Bank. I'm going to cross before this tram comes. That's my bank, Commonwealth Bank. Banking very important, finance very important. So wages and business income, profit margins very important. Where you put your money, equally important. I'll just show you. I just went, it said 4.9%. They're offering a 4.9% saving account at the moment. So utilize any high interest cash savings. That's safe. Well, as safe as a bank anyway. So make your best to manage your money and make the most out of your money. Sometimes a pay rise doesn't need to be achieved. Sometimes just working on your savings and your passive income is more than enough to boost you know, your free money that you can then spend on things like the pub. Restaurants and coffees and fashion and jewelry and drum kits and music and stuff like that. Haircuts. Don't get scammed on a haircut. So, we've done pretty well there, haven't we? Probably can we shove another one in? As the actor said to the bishop. One more then. One more for the road. As you can see, I could go all day on these. Oh, do you know what? I'll talk about personal brand and online presence. Probably two in one here. Bit of a bonus for you then. If you're still here, God bless you. So yeah, personal brand is really important, especially in the modern world. How we represent ourselves externally, internally, and online. It's really important that we have a professional persona that matches your industry, matches what you're out to achieve. So, with that being said, that's the next bit I'm saying. There's ways that you can optimize it, there's ways that you can make yourself stand out. It will be very specific to your industry, it'll be specific to who you are, your skill set and experiences. But definitely spending time, and it doesn't take long, especially online. Canva's a free tool. You can quickly make backgrounds for your profile. You can quickly fill out all the boxes, fill out everything, it's worth it. Ask ChatGPT if you need a quick one. And then when you can have time, make it, you know, personalized to you and better. ChatGPT won't be good enough to be the top 1%, and that's what we're aiming for. First of all, top 10%. ChatGPT can help you get there in your industry and as a candidate. And then after that, you keep optimizing until you are at the top of the food chain. And how you spend your money is important. $12 cash price for this Thai food is phenomenal. So I really advise coming here. I've been there many times. I'm even going there today, I think. So, very good. So, I'm very impressed with that. There's a church here. So faith and having your own vision in life is really important as well. You don't have to be religious or even spiritual, although I am spiritual. But it's just nice to know where you're going in life, have a goal, and that could be even another bonus point, having a goal. But yeah, so come back, that'll be the last one then. Having goals and how to set goals. Yeah. So online presence, how you present yourself in the world, that comes down to looks, appearances as well. If you see most people here are wearing casual, it's summer, it's nice to, well, it's not, it's hot though. It's nice to, you know, wear the clothes you like. I like to be laid back. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now, as you can see, and shorts. But your day-to-day, you might be a bit more professional, you know, and that's what your presence should look like online, and yeah, how you should present yourself in the world. So, bonus point then, last one, setting goals. It's so important in life that we know where we're heading. If we don't have a goal, how can we achieve it? And that can be a little thing. It can be like this phone I'm filming on right now. The first goal of my business was to get a top phone, and I wanted to reach a certain figure before I got that, and I did reach that about last year, but eventually I got it. I wanted to use my Australian money, in all fairness, to buy the phone, so I did. But I achieved the goal. Without that goal, I couldn't achieve it, and that was a small goal. I've also got bigger goals, such as, so my biggest goal is like to buy a football club, or, you know, own a share in a football club. And then I have big charity goals as well, which I hope I achieve sooner rather than later, really. Those ones, they're my real goals, really. But yeah, they're huge goals. They might take a lifetime to accomplish, but you will achieve it if you really want to. The power of vision, the power of aiming for something. But these nice restaurants and stuff. More realistic goals than what you're going to achieve in the short term. So, like career goals, for example, I would say things like, you know, it could be passing exams, it could be applying for certain roles. You can set yourself a target of applying for 10 roles a day. That'll get you very far. Make sure you optimize for the search before you start, and then go for it. Make sure you hit that target. I'd say, like, if you're doing 10 a day, you could say, like, can I do 50 a week? Because then you can have your weekend off. So, you know, 10 a day, 50 a week. Try and hit that 50 target, because that gives you 2 days leeway as well. So yeah, setting yourself realistic goals. Don't kill yourself if you don't make it. It's just to learn. Okay, maybe that number was too much. It takes me a long time to do my applications because they're very specialized. Five a day. Or, you know, maybe you'll double your target. Maybe you'll really achieve even higher than you expected. So yeah, goal setting is really important, and that applies to life, business, everything. Right then, guys, I'll love you and leave you from Sydney. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you need any help, advice, or anything else, reach out to me. My email is connorterry@hotmail.co.uk, or you can reach out to me through any of my channels, Instagram, etc. And I'll be happy to help for free. And if you're looking for our ebook, reach out. You watch this video, I'll give you it for free. There we go. And that's usually 20. So, bit of a bonus for you. I'll see you in the next one.